Hello and welcome to Carolina Women. It's a beautiful day today and I am here with a friend of mine who is a very talented and successful woman, Rebecca Edwards. It's great to see you. I'm really excited about what we're talking about today. We're talking about therapeutic animals and the power of an animal to help us all mood regulate and feel better. Ironically, if you hear someone in the background, it is my therapeutic parrot right now, Jughead, that is talking to some kids in the yard. But I'm really curious, how did you get interested in therapy and therapeutic animals?
Yeah, it was a bit of an accident. I was doing my honors thesis, my undergraduate honors thesis, and it was a documentary about the education of handicapped children in rural Virginia. At the time I was going to school at Washington Lee, which is in Lexington, Virginia, pretty small town. And back then, autism was considered on the MR spectrum.
Okay.
And so I had these, autism wasn't even labeled. So they were called MR kids, but we all realized they weren't traditional MR kids. And anyway, so originally they were doing food therapy with this subset of MR. And we started to introduce horseback riding. And this is kind of before Heroes on Horseback really got started, especially up in Virginia. And I watched the transformation of these kids that were nonverbal, start to make sounds, start to interact, and develop their own level of communication. And it was fascinating. And that really kind of started the whole thing.
Your whole love and passion with animals in general and the therapeutic advantages and components of it. Well, let's talk a little bit, just because it's fun. Right now, Ransom, as you heard me, came walking in, Rebecca's daughter, and she is sitting here with one of the therapeutic quote-unquote chickens who happen to be really loving animals. But I think right now, and this is Emoji, and he's a little bit of a therapy dog too. He's wonderful with kids. But I think any animal, what we really want you to know is any animal can be a therapeutic animal. And this is Jules. Let's talk a little bit about Jules.
Yeah, and Jules is cold. They don't regulate their body temperature very well, so she's a little chilly right now, so she keeps purring. You know, there are, I think that when you're looking at ESAs, emotional support animals, really think about the need and the species. So, Jules is actually ESA for one of my daughters.
Okay.
And pigs are extremely smart. They're very empathetic. And that's why I chose her for my daughter.
And they're very trainable, you shared with me. They can sit, they can come.
They're very food driven, which makes it easy to train them.
Got it.
I liked the fact that she can sense when my daughter's starting to feel agitated. And then also they bring a little bit of humor and levity to the situation. I mean, it's a pig, for God's sakes.
Right.
So
yeah, exactly.
I mean, they're just funny. They snort and they're just comical.
And I tease Becca all the time because, as it is for her daughter, but you will never see Becca without her backpack or her little front pack on now with it. But one of the things that we've done together, and I've talked to you quite a bit about, is Female IQ. Talk a little bit about how you got involved or started Female IQ.
Well, so Female IQ is a forum for wellness content for women, and that we started out as a podcast, and really more now we're doing articles, speaking engagements. The idea is, I think a lot of times when we talk about women's wellness, I think it goes into more the physical, the fitness, nutrition part of things, and Female IQ really believes that it starts with the mental and mindfulness. And I really do want to explore the topics that sometimes we're afraid to address.
Let me interrupt you at this point because we're out of time, but you and a friend of yours are launching a new project, which we're really excited about, and we're going to look forward to featuring here on Carolina Women.
So Christy Ford, she was a PA for May River Dermatology. She has now launched Christy Ford Total Health. And so Total Health and Female IQ are going to come together and do what's called Upraising. It's knowledge-based content for mothers raising daughters. So we're strictly just looking at what is it like to raise young women these days and all the different topics that come with that.
Thank you. Stay with us. There's a lot more to come here on Carolina Women.